Yes, very good morning. My slides are visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, concerning today's class, we request the fourth batch to continue the session till the end. That is, I think, 41 to 50. You 41 to 50, you please unmute your mic and you please join with us till the end. Yes, this is what today's topic that is solid waste disposal and the solid waste management. And in continuation with that, we are going to have a discussion about the acid rain effects. And before that, what was the major source of the solid waste or solid waste or soil waste? In India, we have very larger land areas. We are having very larger areas. The soil pollution has gradually become a major challenge that we need to overcome for establishing a healthy environment. So, weathering of the earth crust by different processes lead to the formation of soil that accumulates over the centuries. Not a single day we didn't get this like this a sophisticated land we didn't achieve in a single day or in a single night. It took around a century. The soil is the home for a large part of the bacterial biodiversity and other microscopic and macroscopic living organisms. So, in the Indian economy is largely dependent on agriculture. Thus, we Indians give very high priority. Whether it is audible, someone from that group, you please respond. 41 to 50.
Yes.
Santosh, Ramanujam,
Yes, sir.
Senior. Yes, are you with us?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is audible. My slide number one is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. 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 Yes. Just a minute. I'll wait. Just a minute. Whether Google join? Google, Google join. 44 number 44. Google join. Ankit,
Sir,
you
I'm
please check. You please check and tell me whether Google
Yes,
joined
sir.
or not.
sir,
Okay,
I'm
Google,
sir.
how
there.
are you?
Sir, I'm fine now, sir.
How is your family?
What, sir?
Other family members are fine.
Sir, they're fine, sir.
Okay, good, good. Take care, and have a healthy foods.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, yes. Okay, fine. Okay, that is what we are concerned about the solid waste and disposal. Mm. So, as we are very economically developing country, India, the economy is largely depends on agriculture, and thus we Indians give very high priority to the development of agriculture, fisheries, and livestock. Therefore, for surplus production, it is very important to protect crop from any type of damage that occurs due to insects, weeds. Rodents and other crop diseases. So how do we protect the calves from those diseases which we discussed earlier? So what was the obvious answer is what we can prefer in the before 5 decades, we usually used to prefer pesticide is the only way. However, on the other hand, we need to think over the major drawbacks and disadvantage over these pesticides. However, do we know these pesticides are leading cause of soil pollutions, and therefore it is very important to judicially use pesticides because it contains lot of different harmful chemicals. Therefore, to improve soil and prevent soil pollution, it is important to limit the usage of those pesticides. And from that, it would be preferred to start these session with solid waste and disposal and water waste. And the waste like the rubbish, refuse, garbage, junk, which is unwanted or unless useless materials. In biology, waste is any of the many unwanted. See the words, any of the many unwanted substances expelled from living organism. The metabolic waste, such as the urea, or it might be a sweat. The kinds of waste, what would be the different kinds of waste? That is solid waste, waste in solid form, the domestic, commercial, and industrial wastes, whether it might be plastic bottles, cans, papers, scrap iron, and other trashes, and the liquid waste. The waste in liquid form, that is domestic washing, chemicals, oils, wastewater from ponds. How see how the pond water became a wastewater? That is a different discussion. Anyway, we will continue this session, and if feasible, we will discuss how the pond water became a wastewater. Manufacturing industries and other sources may lead to the liquid waste, and the biodegradable, that is which can be degradable, like paper, wood, fruits, and others, and non biodegradable, that which cannot be degradable, like plastics, bottles, the old machines, cans, styrofoam containers, and others. And the hazardous waste, substances unsafe to use commercially, industrially, agriculturally, or economically, and have any of the following properties, whether it might be ignitable or corrosivity, or it might be a reactive or toxicity. And these are categorized as hazardous waste and non-hazardous. These some substances safe to use commercially, industrially, agriculturally, or economically, and do not have any of those properties mentioned above. These substances usually create disposal problems. See how the hazardous waste and non-hazardous waste are classified. That is very important. See the substances and which substances are unsafe to use commercially, industrially, agriculturally, or economically, and that too it possesses have some properties. So we should be very cautious, and we should be very aware about these kind of waste when we are dealing with the soil waste. The classification of waste according to their origin and type. The municipal solid waste, that is the municipal, we will see the title first: municipal solid waste, biomedical, the industrial waste, agricultural and fishery waste, and e-wastes. Concerning the municipal solid waste, the solid waste that include the household garbage, rubbish, constructions, packaging material, trade refuse, etc., are managed by the municipal. Usually, these waste are handled by the municipality, so it is classified as municipal solid waste. The biomedical waste, such as container, the product generated during diagnosis and treatment and research activities of biomedical sciences, and the industrialists. See, nowadays we are facing various difficulty, that is handling of these biomedical waste, and that too with this COVID scenario. We are struggling to handle various biomedical wastages. What happened in the past few years? One particular states want to dump the waste on the other state land, and one particular country wants to dump the they doesn't have such a to have a reprocessing of those biomedical or other wastages. They are doing they are sending to some other countries, and that was the issue in recent days, and we have to be very cautious that in and around us, if we are having the biomedical waste, we should alert the municipal, and it should not happen again and again, and we should have a proper treating mechanism for these biomedical and biomedical waste. So be aware about these disposal of the biomedical wastages. The industrial waste, the liquid or the solid waste that are generated by manufacturing and processing units of various industries, whether it might be chemical or petroleum or coal, metal, gas, sanitary, and paper, and etc. The agricultural waste, the waste generated from farming activities, these substances are mostly biodegradable, and therefore it don't have any harmful effect over the environment. When it was biodegradable, no issues. Still, we need to make it as biodegradable. What happens sometimes? It won't We won't allow it to have the degradable, so it might have create some unnecessary soil pollution. What we need to do, we need to make it as it has to be degradable. So that is the issue. See, we are struggling to handle the non-vegetarian wastages, and one among the waste would be the fishery waste is waste generated due to fishery activities. And what we are trying to do, we are doing cleaning, and the how after that we are trying to eat those things. But handling this waste, fishery waste, is a major concern. And what we usually do in the urban areas, we have various lands. We have the people, what they do, they used to spill it on the land itself, and that won't be safe, and it has to be spilled off in one particular place, and we need to allow it to degrade. And e-waste, the electronic waste generated from many modern establishment, they may be described as discarded electrical or electronic device. Some electronic scrap components such as CRT wires, circuits, mobile computers, etc. Now see how we are struggling to handle the biomedical waste. Like the e-waste are sent by various countries to India. India now became a larger market for this e-waste disposal, and even for biomedical. Take this issue as a serious issue, and think over the issue, and see, the CRT are becoming nowadays, due to the enhancement of the technological development. CRT became a e-waste. So these are the classification of waste according to their origin and type, and the source of waste, that is household, whether it might be household waste, and industrial waste, the agricultural and the fisheries waste, and the structure of solid waste. And when we are having this picture, what we can discuss now, the various municipality wants to collect the waste from the individual house. So they are having the degradable and they are in a separate way they are collecting. Even in your hometown also it may happen. see whether they are collecting in such a way they are going to dispose into two different ways, whether it might be a disposal, degradable or non-degradable. And like that, the various municipalities are now collecting the wastes from the waste from the households. And so some particular municipalities are adored for their very good waste management system. Like in Mumbai city, I think so. In Mumbai, in they are in one particular one fine day they decided to collect, and they decided to segregate everything, and they did so well. Like Mumbai, there are various other cities also did so well. In Tamil Nadu, one particular ISO standard municipality called Kumbakonam did a very extensive study, and they did it so well. And you do it, you Google it, and you can find some other municipalities, and they are having a very good management over these solid waste management. And you try to get it from the Google and learn it a lot. And see the agricultural and the fisheries waste. And the what I have detailed that with the agricultural is what we need to do. Usually we doesn't have such a time to allow the waste to degradable. That was the issue with the agricultural waste and the structure of solid waste. And these solid waste are majorly classified into refuse and trashes. That is the bulky waste, whether it might be a TV refrigerator goods or broken furnitures, are classified as bulky waste. And see, we doesn't have any idea to handle the waste that is if a repaired TV, or if it might be a repaired refrigerator, or it might be a washing machine, and it won't be rectified. Technically, it won't be rectified. We are unaware to handle with those solid waste. It can we simply sell for it for a weight. The seller can take a refrigerator which can cost around 10 to 12,000 for a rupees of 500 for 600. Based on its weight, it can be sold for 500 or 600. So that was the issue, and we were unaware about handling of these wastes. And the refuse are further classified into garbage and rubbish. The garbage is like vegetable, meats, food waste, and other ready degradable organic waste are classified as garbage. The rubbish, that is non-degradable, that whether it might be glass, rubber, metals, plastics, non-metal sets, and it can be subcategorized into slowly degradable, that is paper, wood products, and textile, etc. And the health impacts of solid waste. And yes. Yes, the exposure to hazardous waste can affect human health, even children's being more vulnerable to those pollutants. Importantly, what happens when we have a small incineration plant, it affects the insects. Through that, the insects spread disease to the human beings. That is the happening. So the incineration plants should be very tall. So that we can avoid the infection rate with the insects. With that, we can able to reduce the spread disease spread for the human being. The direct handling of solid waste results in chronic disease with the waste workers. And when we are talking about these environmental factors and various other pollutions, on the other hand, we should be cautious about the waste workers and the health related issues, and safe handling of these waste should be discussed. And landfills, We'll discuss once our discussion is over. We'll discuss this landfill and other subsequent slide and the current affairs. The forum is open to you all. You go ahead with the current affairs, and then we will continue the session. Darshil, Darshil, you please unmute your mic, Darshil. Darshil. Ankit. Ankit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Ankit, today are you ready to sing a song, Ankit? Why you are hesitating? You are thinking or you are hesitating? See, you are having pragyan, right? Anyway, you are going to participate in various activities in the pragyan. Take it as a trial or a pilot study.
Okay, sir.
Okay, then it is good. Go ahead. Rajesa. Poitana. And get suggest someone to do so. Like
Sir?
you go ahead or suggest someone to do so. Like Arun Prabhakar, we request some others to do so.
So, in our class, Akshat also sings and Hashweta sings.
Yes, yes. Ashwita and Arshat.
Akshat.
Akshat.
Yes.
Akshat.
At the top.
And the
Hashweta, sir.
okay. Anyone from this? Anyone as mentioned by Ankit? Are you ready to take a part in the today's lecture? Ashwita, Akshat. I think they are asleep. They are they are starting. They are simply giving the attendance, and they are. I think they are sleeping. Darshil.
Yes, sir.
Darshil, I think you are changed your profile picture.
Yes, sir.
Yes, very good. I say, Darshil, you go ahead with the current affairs, Darshil.
Current affairs, sir. Actually, I'm not very particular in current affairs.
You are not very particular to current. Okay, you are from which state and say something about yourself, Darshil.
I'm from Gujarat.
Okay, good. You are from Gujarat. Very good, very good. Okay. Yes, go ahead. That's all about yourself. That's it.
Yes, sir. I love to read books on science fiction. Sometimes I love to read books regarding various entrepreneurial skills and other things.
Very good, very good. Have you seen the movie Tenant?
No, sir.
No.
Actually, sir, I'm not into web series, and I'm not actually.
I think it
Seen
won't
them.
be a web series. It is a Hollywood movie.
Yeah, I saw the trailer, but I have not seen it. It's regarding something time, right? Of time.
Yes, yes. You said that you are pretty interested towards fiction. That is why I have inquired about it. And who are all the known writers for you, Darshil?
Pardon, sir.
Writer. Fiction mean from whom writing you
Oh,
are
fiction.
reading the books and others.
Actually, sir, I don't see the writer's name, but I love to read books. My friend actually suggests me. He also loves to read. So
Very good. Anyway, reading books are pretty good, and continue with that. Read well, read a
yes,
lot,
thank you,
read
sir.
a lot. Yes, Srinivasa Ramanujam.
Okay, sir, I will sing 2 lines for you.
Yes, very good, Ankit.
Yeah. कहीं दूर जब दिन ढल जाए सांझ चुराए चुपके से आए मेरे ख्यालों के आंगन में कोई सपनों के दीप जलाए दीप जलाए कहीं दूर जब दिन ढल जाए सांझ की दुल्हन बदन चुराए चुपके से आए कभी यूं ही ओझल हो गई सांसें कहीं से ये बैठे बैठे जब यूं ही आंखें कहीं sir, this much I know.
Yes, very good, very good, very good, Ankit. It was fine, but we don't understand. Still, it is too fine. Very good. Anyone want to comment over this song? I think Arun Prabhar. Arun. Arun, I think in the last class Arun did the song, right? Ankit?
Ganesh, sir.
Ganesh.
Sir,
Ganesh.
Arun
Ganesh.
Prabhakar actually write poems, sir. So you can ask him for poems.
Arun Prabhakar, be ready in the tomorrow's lecture. You give a one particular poem. Ganesh.
Okay.
Okay, Arun Prabhakar. I think Ganesh today he didn't join. I think so. Okay, fine, fine. Okay, we will continue our session. Okay, any other? Do you want to discuss anything? Okay, we will continue the session. Very good, Ankit. Okay, landfills. That was the first disposal procedure that we are going to have a discussion. And see, it is the most traditional method of waste disposal, and which is directly dumped into the unused quarries, or it might be mining voids or barrow pits. So disposed waste is compacted and covered with soils, but it won't happen usually, and therefore it makes trouble to the surrounding people. And the gases generated by the decomposing waste materials are often burned to generate power. And what happened? These landfills were, in my opinion, we are at present we are in 2020. Still, we are using these landfills, and it won't be. When we are having a discussion about we are trying to become a developed country, In olden days, we did so. We don't have any technological development to process with these debris, and now what we can do, we need to have the processing plant in each and every municipal should have this facility to process these waste, and it has to be on a daily basis. It has to be processed, and it has to be get converted into either cash or energy. That has to be done, and keep it in mind. If it is feasible, you try to do so. And the gases generated by the decomposing waste materials are often burned to generate power, and it is generally used for domestic waste. And the purpose of landfilling is to bury or alter the chemical composition of the waste so that they do not pose any threat to the environment or public health. The landfills are not homogeneous and are usually made up of cells in which a discrete volume of waste is kept isolated from adjacent waste cell by a suitable barrier, and the appropriate site selection is essential for this landfill that should be above the water table, because it will create harm to the groundwater. So not to have a minimize interaction with that groundwater, the water table, concerning the water table, it should be above the water table, preferably located in clay or slate. So you don't want to do not want to place in the rock quarry, as water can leach through the cracks inherent in rocks into water fracture system, and do not want to locate in solid sand or gravel pits, as they have high leaching. Do not want to locate in floodplain. The most degradable, most garbage tend to be less dense than water. So if the area of the landfills flood, the garbage will float to the top and wash away downstream. So it will affect the environment a lot. And advantage, that is landfill site is cheap waste disposal option, that is a minimal waste disposal option for the local council. So the local council usually prefer landfill, and once one particular place is filled, what happens, it tries to bury it, or it tries to burn it. And once it is one particular place is dumped by the waste, it prefer to purchase another land for this waste disposal. That is what happening the in many municipals, and jobs will be created for local people. How this is a how think over how the jobs will be created for the local people, and a lot of different types of waste can be disposed of by landfill in comparison to other waste disposal methods. And by comparing the other disposal methods, only we can differentiate this one. Anyway, we'll discuss in different time. The gases given off by the landfill site could be collected and used for generating the power. And on the other hand, it has its demerits. The site looks very ugly, and while it being used for landfills, and it is dangerous gases are given off from landfill sites that cause the local air pollution and contribute to global warming. The local streams could become polluted with toxins seeping through the ground from the landfill site. Once the site has been filled, it might not be able to used for redevelopment, as it might be too polluted. And the second type of waste management system is incineration. And see, according to the European Waste Incineration Directive, the incineration plant must be designed to ensure that the flue gas reach a temperature of at least 850 degrees Celsius. Just a minute. For 2 seconds, in order to ensure proper breakdown of toxic organic substances. Yes, someone? Yes. Yes. Do you have any doubt? Yes, I think it won't have any doubt. I think so. The incineration is the waste treatment process that involves the combustion of solid waste around 1000 degrees Celsius and reduces the volume of solid waste. Only the ash needs landfilling, and no, it won't be landfilling, and it would be handling. And ash need handling, and the metal may be recovered from the incineration process and are usually recycled by the incineration plant, which converts the waste to energy by using the heat given off by the incinerating waste to fuel a turbine, which is used to generate the electricity, and which results in air pollutions. Although the recent regulations severely restrict the amount of pollution from the incineration, the ash may be hazardous. And see, think whether ash might be the hazardous. No, it won't be. And handling would be very difficult. And ash hazardous when it is not properly handled. And this is what the incineration plant with pollution control system. We'll discuss the nomenclature one by one. The waste storage pit. This is what the waste storage pit crane used to collect the debris, and it was sent to the furnace. And see, this is what the furnace in the ash collections here. And once it was burnt, it is converted into ash. What happens? We are trying to make use of this energy and in the boiler, and we know how these system, that is boiler, steam turbine, and the power plant, how it is converted into electricity, how it is sent to the grids, and others we know. And we have scrubber and the filters, and the landfills, that is ash sent out. This is what the incineration plant. The advantage of incineration plant. And what we need to do, we need to compare with the landfills. Then only we can discuss about the advantages and the disadvantages. The minimum of land is needed compared to the other disposal methods. The weight of waste is reduced 25% of the initial value, and no risk of the polluting local streams and groundwater, as in the case of landfills. The incineration plants can be located close to the residential area, and there won't be any issue with that. The gas are used to generate the power. And on the other hand, it is expensive, requires skilled labor. The chemical that would be released into the air could be a strong pollutant and may destroy ozone layer. The high energy requirement, and this is what we need to think about the 3R, that is reduce, reuse, and recycle. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. And you can help by recycling 1/3 of all the garbages in packaging, and by things that are in packages that can be recycled or are made of recycled material. When you buy something small, say no thanks to the polythene bag. And the second R would be reuse. The many things can be reused before you thrown them out. Use coffee cans and cottage cheese container for storage, and use backup papers or backup used envelope for jotting notes. Put leftover in resealable containers instead of using wrap and foils. Use old cloths as racks for cleaning instead of the paper towel. Have a garage sale or donate clothes, books, or toys that you don't use anymore. And therefore, try to increase the usage, that is reuse should be considered. And the recycle, the third R would be a recycle. See, the 25 billion plastic containers are we are producing each year, and 30 billion bottles in jars, and 65 billion aluminum cans, and 1,000 billion pounds of papers, and we are manufacturing, right? How these can be recycled? That would be that very big question mark. So please think over these 3 R's, that is reduce, reuse, and recycle. Acid rain. The acid rain causes acid rain is causes by the chemical reaction that begins when the compounds like sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide are released into the air, and these substances can rise very high into the atmosphere where they mix with the which will react with the water, oxygen, and other chemicals to form more acidic pollutants, which is known as acid rain. The sulfur dioxide and the nitrogen oxide dissolves very easily in the water, and which can be carried very far by the wind. So as a result, the two compounds can travel long distance where they become part of the rain, slate, snow, and fog that we experience on certain days. And see what happened as detailed in the above lecture. The acid rain, due to the chemical reaction of sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide, and which easily travels in the air, causes the acid rain, which is detailed in the given picture. And effects, and we'll discuss the effects of these acid rain in the subsequent class. And in continuation with that, we'll discuss some other handling, that is municipal solid waste, handling of municipal solid waste, and other handling of waste we'll discuss in the tomorrow's lectures. And do you have any doubt with the today's lecture? Anything do you want to discuss?
Sir, we have our INCIN on the first week of July.
Yes, that was
So,
the
sir,
tentative schedule.
you will have CT2 also? Or
Yes,
like
CT2, you please have a discussion with your friends, and before 25, you please schedule the CT2. Before 25th, that is June 20, before 25th, 1 week.
Okay, sir.
You please have a conversation with all your friends, and even have a conversation with the other class. And before 25, you please decide one particular date for CT2. And today we will share the question for your assignment. That is 4 questions planned, and each carries around 5 marks, and therefore it is the assignment for 20 marks. And probably all the 4 would be a case study, and I think you're all very well aware about it. Anyway, I'll post those questions in the Google Classroom, and even decide how long you need to spend with these 4 questions, and give a right time for submitting. Once I have posted, you tell me the submission time, and even for the submission of even for the CT, you have a discussion and let me know.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you. We'll continue our session during 18th 18th 10:30. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.